deal. Whoever wins this game probably gets the series.
I think it's really difficult to not win the series. This is such a crucial game.
Yeah.
And then
It's a must-win for Savjz. I just feel like it.
Yeah.
I just don't think there's anything he can do if he loses this game. Looks like Realz thinking about just keeping that deadly shot. The whole hand going to be mulligan there by... oh, no, my mistake. Sorry, opposite. So Realz is going to mulligan his entire hand, and Savjz is going to keep his deadly shot.
Right. So part of the thinking that's coming into this is that Savjz is very aware that Realz likes to play Miracle Rogue.
Yep.
So that influences keeping this deadly shot a lot. What this says to him is that he doesn't want to get blown out by a Gadget Zane Auctioneer to conceal, and that's the reason he keeps his card in his hand. And on the other side of the board...
Speak of the devil.
Yeah, speak of the devil. Mr. Gadget Zane Auctioneer himself, spam those faces if you got him. And coming into this one, he knows exactly what he's looking for in this matchup, and I think a lot of it consists of backstab and SI7 agent because you want to put pressure on your opponent, so you don't mind seeing Earthen Ring Farseer either. I wouldn't be surprised to see him mulligan a Gadget Zane Auctioneer in this matchup, considering that we saw one mulligan earlier in this tournament, and it made a lot of sense to do so. Wow, 2 backstabs in a row. That's a good shiv as well, because he wants to dig, again, for 3 drops, stuff like SI7 agent, Earthen Ring Farseer, and when you're in Savjz's position here, I'm not sure that you have a really reasonable play.
He's kind of trolling a little bit with the Unleash the Hound.
What a great draw right now, right?
Yeah, and I mean, the kill command, I don't think, there's no way he's going to do that. I mean, I think he just steady shots him in certain.
Right.
There's no other. There's no
sort
other
of
play.
lamenting his draw at this point. And on the other side of the board, no complaints. You're looking at Azure Drake. Gadget Zane Auctioneer, double backstab. He's got every tool he needs to start dismantling this deck. And this is exactly sort of what we were talking about. These draws really influence a lot. This is just a major part of Hearthstone, but then more importantly is if a deck that has an advantage in a matchup, if their opponent stalls, it is really bad news for the deck that's at a disadvantage.
Especially specifically with the Miracle Rogue,
Right.
because they're building up to that combo. Every turn you're delaying, you know they're getting closer to that precise combo. And I mean, it's like Savjz is sitting here, he's considering playing the Houndmaster because he just feels like he needs to get something going. He's going to have to play it, but it's like, look at all the cards in Realz' hand. What is the chance he can't deal with this? There's such a low chance he can't deal with this.
It's really low.
So
and Azure Drake backstab is certainly one of the worst ones that Savjz wants to see here. And again, touching on the point that you just made, Rogue, if the more time you give Rogue, the better chance it has to beat you. It's got a very low critical mass point. And we saw earlier in the tournament, Realz had a turn where he was able to deal 35 damage.
Yeah. It's crazy. And I mean, we've seen the games that Rogue loses is the games that they're forced into these awkward positions where they're not able to utilize the combos because they're forced to play these cards, before they would like to. When they're forced to play without the SI7 backstab, without the combo to eviscerate, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They're forced in these awkward positions. And when you don't even have a play, there's no chance of forcing them into that position here. And now it's like Realz is just kind of, bathing in the sun on the island, just to, I can do whatever I want.
How do I kill him at this point?
Exactly.
I actually would really like to see Assassin's Blade here,
Yeah.
Which is what he goes with. And there's a 2-point reason to this. The first one is you want to just start getting damage in. It's important to put your opponent in lethal range with something like Leroy Jenkins and Shadow Steps. But the other reason is because he wants his opponent to actually develop this board so that he can use things like Preparation and Sap and this backstab to start drawing cards off of this Auctioneer so he can dig further into his deck for more damage. Because as it stands, his hand is mostly just utility spells, plus this Leroy and this Shadow Step. And this Gadget Zane Auctioneer almost certainly going to die the turn it comes into play. So a big credit to Realz here for actually saving this in his hand.
Yeah, I mean, he's really going to be able to start getting a lot of value out of these cards as he does go for the Auctioneer. He's going to start getting those draws. I mean, he has the prep, he has the Shadow Step, he has the Sap, he has a backstab to clear something off right away. Going to be able to take out the Hyena instantly. He has the weapon to clear something else as well. He could, throw down the prep if he wants to do it. He could go for the Cold Blood. There's a lot of different options here. And I mean, he's going to start spamming out those card draws, and even the Blade Flurry is quite a nice draw here. And does he go? He looks with attacking the face. I think he's going to Blade Flurry.
I think it's when he attacks the face before he uses the spell, hits indicative that he wants to use his Blade Flurry. And I think a really good time to use it. Your opponent's been staggering on their development the whole time, so no real reason to believe that he's going to be able to overdevelop his board in this position. So again, another credit to Realz on a good hand reading move.
Nice draw though on that Houndmaster. I do feel. Wow, I'm a little surprised. I guess if he goes Unleash, then he's going to Unleash Hunter's Mark and kill that off that way.
I like using a Hunter's Unleash.
Okay.
I like using the Hunter's Mark and Unleash here as opposed to the kill command.
Yep.
Because, again, Realz is approaching the critical mass point very quickly here. And Savjz is aware of that. So when he keeps his kill command, he wants the reach. He's looking to try to kill his opponent in the next couple of turns because he knows that there's a very good chance that Realz is the one who's going to be able to do that.
Yep. I mean, he has the Abyss in his hand. He has Deadly Poison in his hand. He has a Cold Blood. He has the SI7 combo. He has his Leroy. He has a Shadow Step. You know, he could do Cold Blood, Shadow Step, Leroy. There's a lot of damage out here. I mean, there's Blood Mage Abyss. There's so many options of how to clear this. And I mean, I imagine he might just do a combo to Abyss to kill off this. Or do you think at this point he's just like, screw it, and goes for the face?
Right, he may not even want to kill this minion here because he's got this sap in his hand. He's able to sort of bypass it and just focus on damaging his opponent's face in kind of the hopes that his opponent has to commit 4 mana to using a Houndmaster, which means he's not going to be able to kill you.
Yeah.
So a lot of pressure coming out here. Not
is,
surprised to see Eviscerate on the minion, but I wouldn't be surprised to have not seen it either. But I think as it stands, if Savjz can't put together not only taunt minions, but a way to kill his opponent, that this is just 12, 16, this is 19 points of damage he's looking at.
Yeah, I mean, the Cold Blood Leroy, you know, next turn into the Shadow Step, plus the hero, the hero power, and the 1 damage from there.
And I mean, unless Realz can't count, this game's just over.
Unless Realz can't count. He's going to Cold Blood even on that, and that is that. I mean, Shadow Steps Leroy out once again. It's going to be overkill. Will he go for the BM and the weapon attack first? Looks like no.
Showing respect to Savjz here. Certainly not a mistake to be doing so.
Yeah.
But 3-1 over to Realz now. And man, he's been cleaning up with this Miracle Rogue deck.
He's unbeatable.
And, he knows